All right, everyone, today we are doing kind of a community service. We're doing live tracking today, but it's an animal. There is a dog missing in Bristol, and a friend of mine who helped with basically is a friend of the Cloyd family, reached out to me and sent me a Facebook message from a local who lost her dog. I think it's a pit breed, and it's been running around Bristol for about the last 10 days. I think around Pemberton Road, Arnold Way. I wanted to use my drone today. It is very windy right now. I'm hoping the wind shifts by the time I get there, because if you have too much wind, the drone is very difficult to control. You shouldn't even fly it when it's too windy, so we'll see what it looks like there in Bristol. But what I want to do today, it's a good training opportunity actually to do some live tracking with the drone. Hopefully if I see the dog on the side of the road, I will get the drone up and track it, call the owner, who's only 10 minutes away, and just keep an eye on the dog until she gets there, let her know where he is, and hopefully capture the dog at that point. The dog will only come to her, runs away from everyone else. If I don't see it along the road, I'm gonna have to scan along that road in the fields and the forests. Thankfully the trees are clear, so I should be able to see him even if he's laying somewhere. Yeah, gonna give it a shot, and we'll see if we can track down this dog. All right, Darter's Sports Store is our starting point because the dog was sighted near here. I'm probably gonna follow Pemberton because that's where the dog was last sighted. I'm trying to decide whether or not to actually start droning from here or just take a drive down. Now I have Vienna sausages because I was told it's the dog's favorite snack. And it's tempting to actually set up some of them alongside the road. But I think I'm gonna take a slow drive through, scan things on Pemberton all the way to Bristol Caverns Highway. Before Pemberton is where the dog was seen, so could be walking around the fields around here. So I'm gonna take a slow drive and see if I see anything. If not, then I may have to start droning sections. So I gotta tell you, scanning Bristol Highway is a pain because people want to go 90 miles an hour on it. I went slow where I could. I didn't see anything, so I'm actually thinking of going back to Pemberton and doing some drone flights over there. Just not sure what section. I'm going to try to find, the owner sent me a picture of where he was sighted, I think around 11 on Pemberton. There was a house with a yellow something Pemberton is short enough. I'm going to try to find that location. Try to find a place to pull over without getting hit, because the traffic here is insane. These side roads, people go like 65, 70 practically. All right, I'm going to head back over there and see if I can do some drone flights. From what she told me, he was seen near this store at least once on Pemberton this morning. So I guess I'm going to start here, get up there, and scan along Arnold's Way, Pemberton, this whole section, scan the fields. Yeah, it's a starting point anyway. The dog is moving around quite a bit because it's been sighted at a lot of different places, so it's worth a shot just to check the fields. The wind isn't the greatest. I've got to do my pre-flight checks, which is pretty much checking airspace, getting my drone set up, making sure everything's good to go, and I'll get it in the air and we'll see if we can spot a moving brown dog. All right, during my checklist, took another look at the weather. Every time the windows are open, I'm getting blasted with air, and when I check the weather, it's 10 to 20 miles per hour. 20 is the absolute max, 15 is not good. And it's right on the edge of being too windy, and I don't want to risk it, because if you get higher, sometimes the gusts are worse, and if it's beyond the speed of your drone, I mean, it's dangerous. You could lose your drone. So I usually don't risk it on days like this. I'm probably not going to risk it today. I'll let her know that I couldn't do the drone flights, but I'm going to go back down the road. I'm going to use these treats. I think the smell of these sausages might bring it, so I'm going to go down the road, deposit a few spots where I think he was last seen, and then I'll go all the way through this time, and then I'll slowly drive back and see if that actually brought him to the road. Ideally, if I saw him near the road, I wanted to get my drone up in the air so I could track him, because I'm sure he's going to take off. I don't know, maybe the wind will get better and I can risk it, but that's the plan now. So I caught sight of this church, and it's actually a good spot to take a look at the woods down in there. So that's what I'm going to do now. Water source, actually. That would attract a dog. There's a little creek there. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's where I would go if I were a dog. I keep thinking the wind has died down and I could use the drone, but then a huge gust of wind blasts me in the face. So unfortunately, the wind is just not suitable today. I would love to scan that area though with the water. It's died down a little. It's died down a little. I'm gonna do a flight. All right, well, now I know the wind isn't too bad. I do get some gusts where it says the wind is the wind is too strong, but for the most part, that flight went really well. So I still got plenty of light, I think. I just gotta decide which way to go. Might go back to where the set up some of the food, and I'll do a flight over there. I think I just saw a dog, but I think it was the wrong dog. I gotta check the picture that she gave. I think it was more brown than that. See, that's what the dog looks like, if you can see it. I just saw a dog that looks just like that, but more of the body was white and less was brown, so that wasn't it. Before I go back to the sports store and drive, that's gonna be my last time through, potentially find more places to drone if I have time. I'm losing light fast, but it's a 6-minute drive, normal speed, to Hickory Tree Grocery, so I'm just gonna take it slow and drive all through this and just scan. If I can catch it in the field, I can lock in on it with the drone and then just follow it and call her. And I just need to spot it at least once so I can lock on, and then we got it. We are at Hickory Tree Grocery, one of the sighting points, and it's like 5:30. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat real quick. I do this thing with soup. You don't really have to warm up the cans. I just buy a can of soup and then drink it. It's fast and easy. I'm gonna give those Vienna sausages time for the scent to spread, and then I'm gonna drive back through. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna drive back through in a minute. Given his travel path, I'm actually going to take this side road, River Bend, and just go toward the mountains here. There's fields out here, and he could be cutting across these fields, so I'm going to take a little drive out here. See if I can spot the bugger. Crossing some properties, possibly. This is all along the water, and so I think more likely the dog would go to water sources. Seeing a lot of deer, just no dog. All right, before I lose all light, I'm doing one last flight. I'm gonna go, there's a valley, there's Pemberton, there's a valley over there where he could be traveling back and forth, and it occasionally comes up on these homes, but yeah, I have a feeling this is the area he's traveling in. She mentioned Pemberton and Arnold Road, so I'm gonna do one last quick scan, and that'll do it for today. Well, this dog outsmarted me today. I droned a couple of areas, this end obviously, and that church area that looked really promising because it was an open area that with water. If I had more time, like if I could spend a whole Saturday, I would basically do one section of this at a time, because I can cover so much of, I can see all the fields. If he's crossing fields or sleeping somewhere, I feel like I would capture him if I could just take the time and basically map this whole area all the way down this road. This seems to be where he's hanging out. Unfortunately, it is during the week, and I went out today because it was kind of urgent, obviously. It's been 10 days, the dog has been missing. I feel like I'd have more success if I had a whole day just to dedicate to doing this. But I wanted to give it a try today. Obviously didn't have any luck, so I've got to let the owner know that her dog outsmarted me today. So that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed. This is kind of like, you know, training for looking for something live, moving around. I could tell when I was flying, and I could see animals, I could see cows. When I was driving, I saw a ton of animals. I saw a goat at one point. I saw people's dogs at the properties. I saw 2 deer, but I did not see this dog today. So if for some horrible reason the dog doesn't get sighted or trapped, I think they're doing a live trap tonight probably. If it doesn't get caught by the weekend, you know, if I'm actually taking some time, I'm taking vacation this week. Toward the end of the week, I'm gonna have a few days, a good stretch of days. We're gonna be hiking that mountain, and maybe one of the days I'll have time to do this. You never know. So I will be back if the dog doesn't get found. It's someone's loved dog, so it's you know, it's a good thing to do for the community. So I don't mind. I like helping people out, and hopefully, you know, making them reunite with their loved pet would be a wonderful thing. So I'll keep trying. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.